Today we are going to talk about traveler's diarrhea. So I would like to discuss traveler's diarrhea under the four headings. First is the introduction, second is the causes, third one is clinical manifestation, and the fourth one is the treatment of traveler's diarrhea. So let's begin with introduction of traveler's diarrhea. So when we talk about the traveler's diarrhea, it is a acute diarrhea. And when we talk about the origin of traveler's diarrhea, it is infective in origin. Infective in origin. So traveler's diarrhea is an acute diarrhea and it is infective in origin. That's why it is also called infective acute diarrhea. So it means what? Traveler's diarrhea is nothing, it is an infective acute diarrhea. Now it is frequently occurring tourists. When the tourists visit an underdeveloped area, along with the contaminated food and water, culprit enter into the body of tourist and cause the traveler's diarrhea. Now after that, when we talk about the occurrence of traveler's diarrhea, so it directly occurs in healthy individual. Occur in healthy person. So basically this is all about the traveler's diarrhea. Now after that, next is the causes of traveler's diarrhea. So let's talk about the causes of traveler's diarrhea. Causes. So basically there are 8 causes of traveler's diarrhea. What are those causes? There are basically 8 causes of traveler's diarrhea. The first one is enterotoxigenic strain of E. coli. This is the most common cause of traveler's diarrhea. Second most common cause is unknown. So second most common cause is unknown causes. Now after that, when we talk about the third causes, the third most common cause is Salmonella. Fourth one is Shigella. Fifth one is Campylobacter. Sixth one is rotavirus. Seventh one is Giardia intestinalis. And the last one is Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. So this is basically the 8 causes which is closely associated with the traveler's diarrhea. First is enterotoxigenic strain of E. coli. Second is unknown causes. Third one is Salmonella. Fourth one is Shigella. Fifth one is Campylobacter. Sixth one is rotavirus. And seventh one is Giardia intestinalis. And the last one is Entamoeba histolytica. So this is all about the causes of traveler's diarrhea. Now after that, next is the clinical features of the traveler's diarrhea or clinical manifestation of traveler's diarrhea. Clinical features. So when we talk about the clinical features of traveler's diarrhea, first one is the incubation period. Second one is the clinical duration. Third one is the nature of disease. Here IP represent incubation period and here NOD represent the nature of disease. And last one is the recovery. So when we talk about incubation period, the incubation period of traveler's diarrhea is few minutes to few hours. When we talk about the clinical duration, it persists 2 to 3 days. Clinically, it persists for 2 to 3 days. Now, when we talk about the nature of the disease, so when we talk about the nature of disease, then disease is characterized by diarrhea along with vomiting, along with abdominal pain, along with nausea, along with fever, along with anorexia, along with diffuse tenderness, diffuse abdomen. And when we talk about the diarrhea, here the diarrhea is watery diarrhea. So when we talk about the nature of the disease is characterized by diarrhea. Along with diarrhea, patient is suffering from vomiting, abdominal pain, nausea, fever, anorexia, that is loss of appetite, and along with that there is a diffuse tenderness of abdomen. So this is all about, and here the diarrhea is watery diarrhea. So this is basically all about the nature of the disease. Now after nature of the disease, last one is the recovery. So when we talk about the recovery of traveler's diarrhea is spontaneous. So basically this is all about the clinical features of the traveler's diarrhea. Now after the clinical features, last one is the treatment of traveler's diarrhea. So let's begin with treatment of traveler's diarrhea. Traveler's diarrhea treatment. So when we talk about the treatment of traveler's diarrhea, like acute diarrhea, their treatment is also divided into two groups. First is the supportive treatment, and second one is the specific treatment. सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट, बेसिकली हम लोग सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट में क्या करते हैं कि पेशेंट के बॉडी से, क्योंकि ट्रैवलर्स डायरिया इज आल्सो वाटरी डायरिया, तो लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर एंड फ्लूइड के लॉस होने की वजह से जो पेशेंट के बॉडी में फ्लूइड एंड इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स की डिफिशियंसी हुई है, उस डिफिशियंसी को फुलफिल करने के लिए या तो पेशेंट में हम लोग साल्ट एंड फ्लूइड का इंटेक कराते हैं या तो पेशेंट को ओरल रिहाइड्रेशन पाउडर देते हैं। किसी भी तरह से बेसिकली पेशेंट के फ्लूइड और इलेक्ट्रोलाइट को हम लोग क्या करते हैं, बॉडी में फिर से रिप्लेस करते हैं, फिर से फुलफिल करते हैं। तो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट। एंड व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द स्पेसिफिक ट्रीटमेंट, so in specific treatment 2 types of drug is given. First is the antibiotics and second is the anti-motility drug. So in supportive treatment हम लोग बेसिकली क्या करते हैं, सपोर्टिव ट्रीटमेंट में हम लोग रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ फ्लूइड एंड इलेक्ट्रोलाइट, those fluid and electrolyte which is lost in the diarrheal episodes. And specific treatment में basically 2 types of drug देते हैं हम लोग, antibiotics and anti-motility. Now antibiotics, this antibiotic drug is not given in case of mild traveler's diarrhea. It is only given in case of moderate and severe traveler's diarrhea. Now when we talk about anti-motility drug, when we talk about these anti-motility drug, so basically what happens, these anti-motility drug not given in case of children. This anti-motility drug is not given in case of children. Why this anti-motility drug not given in children? Because it leads to toxic dilation of bowel. So basically what happens, this anti-motility drug is not given in case of children because if this anti-motility drug is given in children, it leads to toxic dilation of the bowel. So after that हम लोग देखते हैं कौन कौन से एंटीबायोटिक्स को हम लोग देते हैं और कौन कौन सा एंटी मोटिलिटी ड्रग को हम लोग यूज करते हैं इन केस ऑफ ट्रेवलर्स डायरिया। So basically what happened in adult, an adult is suffering from severe cases or severe diarrhea. Adult is suffering from severe traveler's diarrhea, TD. So basically adult, if the adult is suffering from severe traveler's diarrhea, so in this case drug of choice is ciprofloxacin. Drug of choice is ciprofloxacin. Now when we talk about the dose of ciprofloxacin, 500 milligram ciprofloxacin, 2 doses is given, and these 2 doses is given at the interval of 12 hours. It means 12-hour interval. So basically what happens, if the adult is suffering from the severe traveler's diarrhea, in this case drug of choice is ciprofloxacin, and ciprofloxacin is given 500 milligram and 2 doses of this ciprofloxacin is given, which is given at the interval of 12 hours. Now after that there are 2 types of antibiotics. First is the doxycycline and second is trimethoprim. So when we talk about the doxycycline, and second one is trimethoprim. So basically 100 milligram 100 milligram BID and 800 milligram daily. So 100 milligram doxycycline, BID doxycycline and trimethoprim 800 milligram daily help to reduce the attack rate in susceptible person. So what happened? Doxycycline 100 milligram BID and trimethoprim 800 milligram daily help to reduce the attack rate of susceptible person. So this is the two important antibiotic which is used to reduce the attack rate in susceptible person. Now after that, when we talk about the anti-motility drug, so the anti-motility drug which is used in case of traveler's diarrhea is loperamide. So when we talk about anti-motility drug, so anti-motility drug which is used in case of traveler's diarrhea is loperamide. And when the patient is suffering from severe attack of traveler's diarrhea, if the patient is suffering from, or we can say that in case of severe cases, what happens? In severe cases, the dose of loperamide is 4 milligram single dose. It means if the patient is suffering from the severe attack of traveler's diarrhea, in this case the anti-motility drug of choice is loperamide and the dose of loperamide is 4 milligram single dose. 4 milligram single dose. Now after that, Giardia intestinalis also cause the traveler's diarrhea and this traveler's diarrhea is associated with giardiasis. Now in case of giardiasis, there are two types of antibiotics is given. First is the tinidazole and second is metronidazole. So in case of giardiasis, first antibiotic which is used is tinidazole. And the dose of tinidazole is 2 gram single dose. And second drug is metronidazole. And dose of metronidazole is 2 gram daily for 3 days. So this is all about the traveler's diarrhea. Now after that, next lecture is the last lecture of the diarrhea, that is the chronic diarrhea. So after that हम लोग का डायरिया का लेक्चर जो रहेगा वो एंड हो जाएगा. थैंक यू.